Today I need to take it really easy. My legs are very sore, and the bone where it was broken, or maybe it's the metal rod in there, I don't know. Um, that leg hurts. So I need to take it really easy, but I want to share with you a few plants that I think are just, they're better than advertised. They seem puny and small and like nothing when you get them at the garden center or the nursery. And I have just been blown away by them, by what they've done, because I wasn't expecting it. So I wanted to share it with you. I'm going to start right here in my herb beds. And on the left are chives. They're common chives. But I have just been staring at these all spring, and they keep blooming, and the color is just so vibrant. And I just think it's really beautiful. And the next is this oregano here. We don't often think of using herbs as landscape plants, but I will be planting more of these out in the landscape. So the chives were seeds from botanical interest, and they are all that is advertised and more. It's a perennial, so these actually came back, cut them back, and they came back. So I'm going to be planting a bunch of these up in my orchard and through my citrus orchard area as well. And this one is an Italian oregano. This is what it looks like when you get it in the nursery container. At the nursery. Doesn't look like too much, does it? But then look at this. That is an amazing plant. It's filled this whole pot up. And I love the way that it comes down and drapes and turns back up. Not only is it beautiful, it's edible. And it's going to flower soon. And those are also really beautiful. This is catnip, which when you get it in the nursery looks like nothing. But it has purple flowers and great seeds that I leave for the birds. The birds love the seeds. And it is perennial, keeps coming back. Cut it back to the ground. It's in the mint family, and it'll come back, but it doesn't spread the way that common mint does. This is one of my catnip plants, and it is now 2.5 feet wide or so. It's about 18 inches tall now, but it is going to get, 3 feet tall by 5 feet wide, and it really fills up a space, and it deters rodents, deer, the smell of it, insects. This is Citronella, and it's the plant that has the lemony smell that deters mosquitoes, but deer also don't like it. And I got 3 plants at a nursery. Let's see, is this the right one? Yes. It just says Citronella mosquito plant, and I wasn't expecting what happened when I planted it in my landscape. But it is my new favorite plant. It has really beautiful flowers, and it has a really great leaf structure, and it's just stunning. This is the Citronella. This was one little plant, and now it is 7 feet wide here. It's a geranium. It's in the geranium family. I had no idea it would have these amazing flowers. They're really cute. They have a soft pink, but then there's a bright pink, more of a magenta accent. My next garden hero here is tree Coleus, and it is called tree Coleus because I don't know if you can see it all the way up there. That's about 13 feet tall. My mom propagated some of this for me from her garden. She brought me, I think, 5 plants. And as you can see in my shade garden, there's quite a few of them, and I've fallen in love with them. And what I love about them is that you can break off a piece and stick it in the ground and it will grow. So I have broken off pieces of it and stuck it in the ground. That's what one of those over there is. I'll go show that to you. And it's just wonderful. I've planted a bunch of it along my fence to hedge in. You do have to manage it, you know, if you want it to have a certain structure, but it takes really well to pruning, and it'll just continue to bulk up and grow. It's an amazing plant. So this one is the tree Coleus, and last year I took about a 3-inch part of a stem with 1 or 2 leaves on it and planted it there in the ground, and it has become huge in the last year. And the other plant that I just think is wonderful and is very easy to propagate and was beyond my expectations is this Bloodleaf here, with the bright yellow and green, and then it has bright pink stems. I'll go closer in on that. This is the Bloodleaf, and this also my mom brought me as teeny tiny little, you know, it was about this big. This was what she brought me as a plant, and look at this. She brought me, I don't know, 10 or 12 of them, and this is maybe 3 plants. And I just love the leaves and this bright pink stem. It's really fun in a shade garden to have this pop of light and brightness. Love it. This is Peppermint Pelargonium. It's a geranium and it smells like peppermint when you crush the leaves. It's amazing. And it is so easy to grow. You just break off a little bit. You break off that much. This much my mom propagated for me, and it turned into this entire, I mean, this is 5 plants I planted here. Turned into this entire mass around the bottom of this tree. It does really well in our area, zone 10A. And be careful planting it because it will outperform your expectations. But I think it's wonderful, and in the spring it has these cute little white flowers with red, burgundy accents. And most of all, it just smells wonderful when you crush it. So it's part of my toolkit against rodents. That's gonna do it for me for today. I have to take it really easy. but I wanted to share those plants with you. I think they outperform expectations. And there are other herbs and types of plants that you may not think to use in your landscape, but they can really surprise you. So just wanted to share those with you, and I will catch up with you next time. Bye-bye.